Hey Bible lovers, I've got a Bible review for you guys. It's been long awaited for me. Been looking forward to this Bible, and I received it today. I was really wanting to give it a couple days before I reviewed it, but I'm going to do kind of an initial review and a comparison in a separate video with the other Omegas. This is the 80th anniversary edition Omega, and that's the 80th anniversary of Crossway. Initially started as Good News Publishers, and it's their 80th anniversary. It started in 1938, so that is where you get the 80th from. So anyway, the box looks different, a little bit different styling, same material, same feel. The ISBN is the same. You can see the ISBN there. Well, I'm not sure if it's the same exact ISBN, but there's the ISBN, and there's the lifetime guarantee, and there's information on the back of the box. But this is what, when you open the box, this is what comes with it. It has a letter from Lane Dennis of Crossway, and you can see founded in 1938, and it just talks about their 80th anniversary, and so just being, grateful for the business and whatnot. But it's a really nice, almost like a really nice, see the gold, it's really nice, it should stay with the box, no doubt. And then it comes with this cover. It's not wrapped in paper. It just comes with a wrapping of, I don't know, it feels like a velvet material. It's really nice. It's better than a pouch. I really prefer this to the pouch. All right, and here's the Bible. The 80th anniversary edition Omega. It has the raised ribs, very similar to the most recent Omegas, the brown and black with the raised ribs. But this Omega is much floppier. When I'm talking about floppier, I'm talking about very, very floppy. And like I said, I'm going to do a comparison video with this Bible and the 75th anniversary edition, as well as the in-between editions of the Omega. And right off the bat, you can see this Bible has a little more yap than the standard Omega had in previous production runs. So it has a little more yap. It's still not a full yap. They meet up. They don't meet up. I'm sorry. They are. It's probably about a quarter inch from touching all the way around. But it's a little more yap, so it's going to train down. It's going to look It's going to look way better, in my opinion. It's going to look way better than the older Omegas that don't have quite as much yap. Even that little bit extra just adds so much to this cover. And this cover is when I'm talking about way floppier, I'm talking about it's like butter. It is really amazing. You might not be comfortable doing that with your Bibles, but this Bible, it is like water. I mean, it is just amazing. Okay, a couple of things. You can see the stitch perimeter and the tooled. It looks like a tooled line for the stitching. The gold gilt on the inside. The liner is most definitely a thinner piece of leather. That's where you get your rigidity, is your liner. And this liner, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's much thinner, much softer, and much more flexible than previous Omegas. Okay, you can see the ribbons are stacked, and I'll show you why they put them in the same spot. This is one thing I do not like. One, I don't like the ribbons anyway, but when there's 4 ribbons, the brown and black, and then the light brown and tan and cream color, they're stacked together, and I haven't even pulled these out yet. That's going to get troublesome. I'd much rather have them. Separate, 4 separate ribbons under the headband. So that's one troublesome part. And let me get them out, and you can see. Be careful with your ribbons when you're getting them like this, because you can easily tear your Bible paper. Okay, so these ribbons, same ribbons that we've become accustomed to, sadly. Such an incredible Bible with these ribbons, just not great. Just not great. But that's nothing new. I don't have an Omega that does have great ribbons that I didn't change them myself. So, I mean, I'm not really angry about that, because it's about par for the course. But it could be better. The art gilt is really nice. Still has the salmon color, which I've grown to love. The Allens with the red and blue, and I just love that the Crossways they're kind of put a stake in the ground with this orangish salmon color. It just looks great under the gold. Anyway, looks awesome. So if you've never seen an Omega, and that's not a huge surprise, let me just go through it real quick. And but I just want to point out how incredibly flexible this is. You have your gold gilt line on the interior. It's a really nice sewn perimeter fold over right there. See how nice and neat that cut is? It's just really nice. You have your tab. It's edge line to the block. You have your end sheet, and when we open it up, you got a couple little pages of. You have your presentation page. If I can get it to go there. And keep in mind, I have not even really opened this Bible. You just saw me take the ribbons out, so hopefully we don't find anything that we don't like. So there's your presentation page and your your family history information. And I'd like to get to the title. Your first title page, we already passed it, and then to your presentation page. Your second title page, and then your publication page. On the back of that is right here. And this is 2017 printing, and printed in the Netherlands. So it's printed and bound by Youngblood. And this is the 2016 text. That's big news. This is the first Omega with the 2016 text. So if you're preaching from the 2016 text, then this is your first chance to get an Omega with that text, unless you did like I did and made myself an Omega with the 2016 text from an old Omega cover. That's the only way you're going to get one until now, until the 80th anniversary edition. So, but you can see it's printed and bound in the Netherlands by Youngblood. And just to flip through, you have your preface, and it's really a nice Bible. I've always had such a love for the Omega, Okay, so let's just get about right there. Okay, you have a 10-point font. It has some ghosting, but it's line matched, so it's not terrible. And you can see right there with from the camera, there's just a minimal amount. But it just seems like the gold gilding is just a little bit better. The under art gilding is just a little bit better. I mean, I've had production from Youngblood that you would see spotting when you've really fanned the pages out. You would see spotting on the page edges on the art gilt. This one's much cleaner, much smoother. The gold gilding, like I said, is much cleaner, much smoother. There's no crinkle in the hinge. It's just a smooth turn, really smooth turn. There's been I've had a few Omegas that had some crinkle, but this cover, I just cannot stress it enough. Let me do the hand test really quick, just so that you can kind of see. This thing is just ridiculous. Now, I'm just excited that it's much floppier. I'm going to fix the ribbons, but really, that needs to be a Crossway thing. It needs to be a you know, take it to the next level. You've now Crossway has a truly premium cover. They had a premium cover before. This is probably the nicest cover on any Crossway Bible I've ever seen. And that includes the Ababound older editions. This is most definitely the best cover. Now it's time for ribbons. This is the best art guild I've had on a Crossway. The best cover. The paper is nice. It's a Youngblood paper. This might be the best Omega I've seen. I mean, it's just amazing. This thing's great. All right, so if you haven't seen Omega, it's 10-point font, double column, paragraph format. Your references are at the bottom right hand on each page. Let me just turn through. It's a black letter text, so you can see it's about a 9x6 by about an inch thick. So it's a little bit thinner than the Allen Reader. It's a little bit thinner than the Heirloom Legacy. It's just really a nice Bible. You have your Concordance, and there's the cover's so floppy, and there's the turn is so smooth, like you don't hear any crinkle in the hinge. The hinge is not super tight. I mean, this thing is laying flat at the end of the Concordance before at the maps. You can see a little tightness where they reinforced. You have with a really floppy binding, you have to reinforce the back of the spine, or it will fold in half on you. So they had to do that, evidently, and that's the only thing that's making it have these McDonald's arches right here. But it's still laying flat. It's just really amazing. I mean, it's really amazing, and it lays flat all the way to the front, all the way. And as this breaks in, all this will flatten out. I mean, but this is literally taken out of the box, 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. So you can see how it will, as it breaks in, it will lay flat. So anyway, you can see you have a Concordance. You have a nice Concordance. You have maps. The maps are still on glossy cardstock. Not a huge fan of that. If you've watched any of my reviews, I really prefer the matte finish. The non-glossy cardstock. It's not like ultra glossy like some, but it's still glossy, and it's hard to tell. But let me get a little glimmer. You can kind of see in the light some shine. Some things to improve. You also have some sheets, some white sheets right there. And then your back end sheet. And on the back it says Goatskin leather. You can still see this amazing liner. This liner is the answer. It's this liner is the reason why this Bible is like it is. Okay, that's an amazing liner. So I'm sure it's a calf skin or some kind of really thin calf split. I'll have to see if I can find out. But the texture of this is very similar to a river grain goatskin. Maybe even a little softer than a river grain, but it's just really nice. Okay, so some improvements. What I would love to see in the next edition, better ribbons. Even if you don't do 4, if you did 3 like an Allen, 3 10mm Beresford ribbons, or 10mm. They don't even have to be Beresford. Just nice double-sided, double-faced satin ribbons, and then also maybe some lined paper in the back instead of make it. If this had nicer ribbons and lined paper in the back, it would outsell the Allen Reader. I promise it would. It's that nice of a cover. The only difference is your corner work is not the same with Youngblood as it would be with Charfleet or Chant or whoever else produces the Allen. But this would be much more affordable than an Allen, and it would really compete. So that would be my only do betters. Would be the lined paper in the back and the better ribbons. So anyway, that's my review of the 80th anniversary edition Omega Thinline Reference Bible from Crossway. This Bible was provided by Crossway for a review, so thank you to them. And really, I'm about run out of time. We're at 15 minutes, so I'll just have to say God bless and take care. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section, and God bless.